guys, so sorry about not putting out a video in the past 2 weeks or so, however long it's been. I just took a sort of extended break over Easter and, after it. Really because I've just found there's been a lack of motivating factors to really, spend any money or upgrade any equips in general on Maple, because there's just no lack of, there's a lack of stuff in general making me want to move forward in terms of upgrading my equips. So yeah, it's just I bought this equip today, the shoulder pad. So I figured, well, yeah, why not just make it the last one, apart from the secondary weapon, to upgrade and get to, a certain point, in terms of decks, be it 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, higher than that, and then do the secondary weapon and then just leave it at that for a while. So just not just end it all, so abruptly. But yeah, it's just, I know there's stuff to come in Maple, like the level cap raised to 250 and the damage cap increase and everything like that. But it's almost like I'd prefer them to go in a different direction. Like, if they were to just raise the damage cap and leave the level alone, rather than, doing both. Because, then there'd be a motivating factor there too for everyone almost to keep upgrading their equips, to be able to hit the, highest damage possible. And it'd become a new challenge. Whereas, if they were just to do both, then it just means more work. I know it sounds like I'm sort of whinging about what they've got coming, but it's just, it's so time consuming that I just prefer not to do it. And I have considered just giving it all up and quitting, but not wanting to sell my equips or anything like that, because really it'd just take too long and I wouldn't really trust anyone. I'd sell PayPal, well, only to people that I really know, but then, I'd have to sell Meso or, NX to other people who I don't know, and then I'd still be stuck with that currency instead of real money. So I'd figured that, if I did quit, I wouldn't get rid of anything that I've worked on. But instead of that, almost just, take a break and see what happens. But yeah, I just prefer them to take a different path, like, update certain areas like Singapore, where, the bosses still require, a party of 6 to be able to go in there, to upgrade that so that it's more inviting for people to go there, because I doubt that anyone really goes there anymore apart from just to have fun with friends. But then, you can't go there by yourself unless you've got an army of computers. So yeah, it's just things like that, I'd wish they'd just make different. Because there's no real excitement at the moment, I found myself sitting in the FM and I saw people talking about everyone who's quitting, and that they're quitting because of this and because of that, and it's really sad that everyone's quitting, and it's just like, well, yeah, they've done small things to make it exciting, but they haven't done anything really game changing yet to bring people back or make people want to stay. Because I find myself, instead of coming on to do stuff on Maple, because I can find it's very time consuming sometimes to do small things like playing on the PlayStation, playing games like FIFA and stuff like that, just because it's short and quick, and it has it's almost like you can do it and then put it away, and then you're not missing out on just the general low level stuff that keeps happening in a game like this. But you can just come back to it whenever you want and just keep going from where you were, and I know you can do that to a sort of point in Maple, but you do miss out on a lot of the underlying just mini events and stuff like that, where it sort of benefits you, and you can catch up on them later, because they'll undoubtedly happen again. But yeah, like, it's almost like, you know, I don't want to stop playing it, but then like if I don't come on it for a while, then people will just think that I've quit or I'm doing something else, whereas it'd just be something that I prefer to come back to every once in a while and enjoy. So yeah, I'm not really sure on what I should do, but yeah, it's just it's disappointing because I'm finding it hard to justify nowadays the reason why I'm wanting to spend the money on it, whereas, you know, I could save the money instead. So I'm just thinking of cutting back the amount of money that I'm spending in general to the $150 limit on PayPal. So I'm not going to buy NX cards anymore. I'm just going to use PayPal. So every month I'll spend at a max $150, which I think is more justifiable because I'll either do that, or if a new, you know, PlayStation game or computer game comes out that I want to buy, I'll spend it on that instead. So it's just sort of like that. So in this video I've spent $60 for 3 sets of these cubes, so there's another set to come after this. And, you know, I set myself to the $60 limit because that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to go and spend $150 in one day. I don't think that's right. So then what I'll do is next week I'll, you know, spend another $60 if I have to, and then the week after, if I have to, I'll spend the rest of the $30. So I just figure I'll do it like that, which, you know, it just seems a bit smarter in a sense. So, yeah, it's a very difficult position because I know that you guys like to watch these videos, and I actually like making them too, but it's just hard to decide what to do, because I could do boxing videos as well, but then there's a limited amount of box content that you can do that'd make things interesting. So yeah, and you know, while you guys might be thinking, well, why don't you do different videos on different games and things like that, there's nothing else on the computer that I really play that's really exciting, or well, anything really like this where a lot of people can relate to, because like the only other games that I play on my computer are stuff like really old games like Total Annihilation from like the 90s, you know, an old war game like that. And then it's either on, you know, stuff like Game Boy DS or, you know, PlayStation, so it's sort of harder to do. But yeah, it's just it's like I could do boxing videos if you guys wanted, but it's just like with the Corsair, you know, the highest I could probably do, like after the damage cap gets increased, I could probably do Pink Bean, or well, after all my gear's done, I could probably do Pink Bean if I could, you know, master it, but then there'd be a lot of money going into wheels and stuff like that. And the highest thing that I could guaranteedly go would be Chaos Horntail, but yeah. Or I could do Root Abyss stuff, but I'd have to find someone to do it with, and yeah, it's just stuff like that. It's limited things to do, but yeah. So I'm not quitting altogether, I'm just stepping back a little bit. You know, I'll come out with the occasional video still, so, you know, don't lose faith or anything like that. I'll still be around in some sort of sense, but yeah, it's an interesting time, because when they probably do increase the level cap, I'll probably be right into it and doing stuff. But right now, looking, you know, ahead to it, it's just the amount of time spent training and doing all of that, it'll just be, you know, very, very, very long. But I do like the hyper skills for Corsair, and I might just do a round of boss videos just because of that, just because the hyper skills are really good. You know, I'd read up on them before they came out, so I knew sort of what I was in for. But then, yeah, I think they're really good, especially, oh, well, there's, you know, the buff skill and then the attacking skill. I can't remember the name right now. I haven't really memorized the skill names, but I went on a few Chaos Zac runs earlier today just because I was on 2x drop, because I got a 2x drop buff from not being on in the past week. But yeah, I'll come out with some videos like that soon. It's just a bit busy for me at the moment as well. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.